What's it like to stay at Universal's cheapest hotel? Let's find out. Hey everybody, I am here for a little staycation at Universal Orlando's least expensive hotel, Endless Summer. This value resort is the newest resort. It's a little bit down the street, farther away from the other hotels. You can't walk to the parks, but it's got a bunch of great amenities and it is very inexpensive. Is this somewhere you should stay with your family? We're gonna check out the room, the dining, everything you need to know. Gonna go check in. I'm here really early. I'm here at before 1 o'clock, and check-in's not till 4 typically. So I'm just gonna check in and see if my room's ready. I did do the online check-in, but weirdly there wasn't a place where I could type in what time I wanted to be here. Now, Endless Summer, again, like I said, it's Universal's least expensive hotel, and there are 2 sections of it. There's Surfside, that's this one, and then there's Dockside across the street. Make sure you know which one you're booking so you know which one to go to if you're driving. But let's get checked in and get to exploring. All checked in, and great news, they had a room ready. It's on the first floor, which she was like, do you care? And I was like, no. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I don't mind, it's just one night. She said I could take that first floor room, or I could wait a few hours for a higher floor room to be available, so they will make sure to work with you to get you the best option for you. And before I go move my car into the parking lot and go check out the room, let's look at the rest of the lobby. One thing I do love about Universal's hotels is that a lot of them are smart. So if you look around the lobby, you're gonna see a lot of different outlets, charging ports if you had to do any work, or you just wanna relax and hang out. Maybe you're waiting for your room to be ready, or waiting for your car, or just need a break from the heat. There's a lot of great spaces around the lobby to sit around. Check-in is right here. Again, I recommend doing the online check-in because then you can just go to a special counter and not have to wait in a long line. You'll just show your ID and the credit card that you booked the reservation with. Over here, we've got Beach Break Cafe. We're gonna go get lunch there in a little bit. That is their quick service location. Only restaurant here, open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it's the only restaurant because they also have a Starbucks, like all Universal hotels do. One of my favorite things about staying at a Universal hotel is the fact that they have Starbucks in every lobby. And that opens up bright and early so you can get your caffeine and your coffee before you head to the parks. There's also a ticket booth right here with Universal Vacation Planning cast members. So if you need to pick up your tickets, there's a will call kiosk, or you can talk to these cast members and they can help you with anything that you may need to know. There's an Avis car rental booth over here, the Universal store, as well as a boarding pass print. But let's go move my car. It's in the temporary check-in parking, and then we'll explore more. All right, so I'm in Tower 2, which is this one, which is on the far side from the parking garage. So they said I could check the small lot right here to see if there was parking, and I got lucky enough that there was, so I can head right into the building. However, more of the parking is over in the parking garage on the other side. I did notice, just past the parking lot at the entrance of this building though, there is a drop-off for luggage. So if there's not any availability in the outdoor parking lot, or if you don't want to park in an outdoor parking lot, you can still drop off your family, drop off your luggage right at the front of the building, and then go park your car in the parking deck. Now, what's interesting about this hotel is Universal didn't build this one, Lowe's didn't build this one, that's who they partner with for their hotels. This was a different hotel, and Universal bought it a few years ago and completely renovated it, which is why these hotels are not super close to the property like the other ones are. Here's literally the first look. First of all, though, audio-visual door alert for the hearing impaired. Press for 5 seconds. Oh, that is lovely. I must be in a mobile accessible room because I don't see that on every door, but that's great that they have that for those who need it. Duh! Look at this room, and surprise, I have a surprise for everyone. I'm just as surprised as you are right now looking at this room. I just realized something. I got upgraded to one of the little suites. This must be because this is what was ready. She didn't even tell me this at the front. I paid for a standard queen room, and I've got one of the little suites, so let's look at it. First of all, here's me and all my things. I don't know why I don't just bring a bigger bag. But I'm always like, I can fit everything into this one duffel, and then I've got like 5 bags. Got to put my amazing shark fanny pack down too. Okay, when you first walk in, mirror, hello all. And then you've got 2 queen beds right here. We have this cool artwork. TV remote, what is that? I'm like, this is cool. Does this open? No, okay. So I did still get a pool view room, although remember, I'm on the first floor, which some people hate, but I said I wanted a room faster. So there's our view out to the pool. TV, Little lights. Dads, here's your thermostat. Worry less, surf more. I don't know how to surf. I'd probably fall down. Ooh, amenities. We love amenities. I am Ross Geller with the amenities. We're taking this pad and pen for sure. So because this is one of the cute little suites, look at the little kitchenette area. You've got a table right here with chairs and a bench and a little like fluff thing. You've got coffee maker, coffee accoutrement, little baby sink, microwave. Pretty decently sized mini fridge. I may or may not know from experience that you can fit Costco-sized charcuterie stuff in here, as well as a few seltzers or beverages of your choice, because I may or may not have done a staycation here with some of my friends last year. Take that information as you may or may like. Lots of shelves for goodies. Here's the little bonus room. These suites can sleep 6, so here's your other bed that can sleep 2 more. Lamps, lights, USB, television. Little hooks under the TV if you need to hang up bags or just help organize things, get it out of your way, as well as some drawers. Little fake closet, ironing board, iron, luggage rack, extra bedding. Now, I don't think this is a queen. It definitely sleeps 6, but I think this one is a full. But you do get the privacy of being able to close your door. So if you had like mom and dad and some kids, something like that, mom and dad could have the room with the door. Jack and Jill sinks, towels, lots of shelf space, soap, tissues, more towels. Oh no, we found the first flaw. This little baby hairdryer, the worst. But now I've shown you that that's what they have and you can prepare accordingly. Separate commode, shower, not huge, shampoo, conditioner, soap. Whoa, look at that water pressure, baby. So there you have it, friends, a tour of the room here at Surfside. A little bonus fun for all of us that we got upgraded to a little bit bigger room so I could show it to you, because I really think these bigger rooms are actually one of the best things about this resort, because let's talk about the pricing. I think you might be amazed. Okay, so the reason that most people want to stay at this resort is because of the price. It is a true value in every sense of the word. It's one of the least expensive, if not the least expensive places you can stay on property at a theme park. It's typically much less than even the All-Stars over at Walt Disney World. So there are some definite pros that way for this resort. There's some cons as well. We'll get into those more, but let's talk about the room pricing, which is definitely a huge pro in my opinion. For a standard room, which again would just be the 2 queen beds, it wouldn't have the whole kitchenette set up, bathroom, etc. But for just a standard room, standard view, you're looking at a starting price point of $91 a night, under $100 a night. You're looking at a peak season price point of around $230 a night. And that's when I looked up Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. That's the prices you're looking at. And that's before any discounts, annual pass holder, Florida resident. So very, very cost effective when it comes to a theme park resort. When you're talking about the 2-bedroom suites, such as this one, again, they sleep up to 6. They've got a little kitchenette. For a standard view, you're talking about a starting price point before any discounts of $136 a night. $136 a night gets you a little baby suite just like this one. Now, for those peak seasons, the highest price point I could find for this room, $289. Under $300 on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve, for a little baby suite that can sleep up to 6 guests. That is an incredibly economical price point for a theme park hotel. So while this hotel may have some cons, the biggest one being the distance from Universal theme parks to the actual hotel, this is the only one that you can't really walk. You can technically walk, I want to make it clear, but you'd have to walk on an overpass over the highway, and it'd be like a 30-minute walk. So unlike the other Universal resorts, which are most of them a 15-minute or so walk to the theme parks, the more expensive you get, the less that is, of course. That is the one drawback to this hotel. But besides that, you get all the other perks of staying at a Universal hotel, the same perks as like Cabana Bay or Aventura or even Sapphire Falls. You get the early theme park entry, you get the package pickup. So if you're looking to ball on a budget, this might be a great choice. Now that we've explored the room, let's go explore the rest of the hotel, get something to eat. I am hungry. Oh wait, pause. Ice dispenser, just down the hall. Universal has this incredible text message service that when you sign up for it upon check-in, either online or at the front desk, They will text you and they'll ask if you want the menus or if there's anything that you need. And then you can text back and forth with that number throughout your stay. And you're talking to a real person at the front desk. I text them all the time. They probably hate me, but you can ask what time are the parks open tomorrow? What time is early theme park admission? What time are the buses running? How late is Starbucks open? Can I have more towels? It is such a great and easy service to communicate with the front desk, and it's so convenient that you're talking to a person. And I absolutely adore that at Universal Hotels. So make sure you take advantage of that if you're staying here. But let's check the pool out. The pools are open till 11 tonight. You got to have a card key for access. The pool is massive. It has a ton of chairs, but I will say from experience, on weekends, on holidays, it will get busier and busier. So you probably want to get out here at an earlier time if you are coming during one of those days. I came here for 4th of July with my friends last year and the pool filled up very quickly. So just keep that in mind. But today it's mid-afternoon. It's like 2:30 right now. There's plenty of room at the pool. Huge pool. Love it. Got towel return right here. Clean towels right here. It's a really nice, huge pool area. There looks to be some like little fountains and things over that way. Let's go check out the pool bar and what they have to offer too. I always like to point out that they have complimentary life vests here as well if you've got a little one that you're worried about swimming in the pool. There are lifeguards on duty as well. Tons and tons of chairs. Look at all of these. Some have umbrellas, some don't. One of the main differences between this surfside and dockside is that dockside has 2 pools and it's much bigger. So this is the smaller of the 2 resorts, so it's going to be a little bit more convenient to get to things, but that one again does have 2 pools. Here we are at the Sand Bar. This is your typical pool bar. Taking a look at the bar menu, they've got a couple of signature cocktails, and if you get them with a signature glass, they're $14. Refills are $11, so that's always a good idea if you're going to have a couple, if you like any of the cocktails. You can also add a floater of dark rum for $3 on top of any of those. They also have like a tub drink if you want to do that. Besides that, they've got a good selection of beer on draft, and it's a full bar, so anything you want to dream up, you can do. One thing I would point out is that they do not have any food out here at the bar. If you would like to enjoy some cuisine while you are at the pool, you're more than welcome to do so, but you just need to get it from inside at the quick service restaurant, and we're headed that way now. Let's go check the store out before we go eat, shall we? One thing I love about the Universal hotels as well is that they have brought back package pickup. They still haven't brought that back to Disney. So if you are staying at one of the Universal hotels and you want to buy something in the stores or in City Walk, you can do that and they'll send it back to the hotel, which I think is great and so convenient. Additionally, you can enable room charging on your room key if you hook a credit card up to the room. So if you want to do that, you can use it around the property. So looking at the resort, they do have some branded stuff for Endless Summer. They've got shirts and mugs and pins, coasters, all kinds of stuff like that. They always, per usual, have like an assortment of flip-flops and tank tops and bathing suits in case you forgot anything you might need. That includes goggles, kids wear, and then they should have like a selection of Universal stuff too. They always have a selection of like over-the-counter pharmacy goods, baby goods, sunscreen, any of that stuff you might have forgotten. And then here is the Universal Orlando like merchandise. Here's my thing. If you really want to buy something at the hotel store, live your truth, do it. But for me, it's way more fun to buy it in Diagon Alley or in Hogsmeade. And the fact that they will send it back to the hotel, why not buy it while you're in the park itself? Plus, you're going to get a much better selection when you are inside the actual theme parks. But should you want to grab something while you're here, they definitely have a nice selection. More than I thought they would, honestly. Look at this. This must be a newer shirt. Oh, is it a snake if I go up? Oh my god, that is nice. Few more things to check out before we sit down to have a little something to eat. These are the type of amenities that tickle me, considering, again, this is a value resort. This is the least expensive resort, and they have this stuff. So first things first, we have a game room. Gotta tap my room key. So you've got an arcade in here, a Transformers game, super bikes. Could definitely see where maybe some kids wanted to do this on maybe like a rainy day arrival or checkout day. This might be something for you to do. You can purchase the credits right here for it, but that's not even really the amenity I was talking about, because Disney.resorts have arcades. But I'll show you one thing Disney.resorts do not have, and that is a full fitness center. Now, I think there's people working out in there, so I'm gonna go in first, not filming, because I feel like that's weird, and I'll see what I can show you. Okay, so there were several people working out in there, so I took some carefully angled B-roll to show you what I could, but there's a bunch of cardio machines, there's free weights, there are a bunch of weighted machines as well, so that's a huge perk if you're someone that likes to exercise on vacation. Good for you. I am certainly not. But if you are, the fact that there's a fitness center here, that's a huge perk of considering this is a value resort. Now let's eat. Welcome to Beach Break Cafe. For starters, you've got a grab-and-go selection of some snackies. There's some gluten-free things. There's some gelato here. Always remember, though, that you can Instacart, you can Amazon Prime Now, you can have stuff like this delivered if you want to save some money, but they do have it available. Big cooler here with a bunch of sodas, beers, etc. And let's take a look at what's available. This restaurant is open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The menu will obviously change. Some things might be more available at dinner, and obviously there's going to be a breakfast menu. Okay, this is the salad section. So they've got a few different salads right here. It looks like they're all grab-and-go style, and they've got the dressings all portioned out. There's also a couple of cold sandwiches right here, an Italian, a turkey, a roast beef. There's soup of the day, which looks like it's cream of mushroom, one of my faves. Here we have some warm entrees, roasted chicken sandwich, salmon, lasagna, chicken alfredo, so some pastas and hot entrees, and there's a team member here serving that up if that's what you want. Also have some pizza, cheese, pepperoni, meat lovers, vegetarian barbecue pizza. Also want to point out that Universal does do in-room pizza delivery, usually till midnight. That'd be a great question to ask via the text message service what time they shut down. But I have taken advantage of that multiple times staying at Universal, because you get back from the parks late and you don't want to deal with going anywhere to eat, so you just order room service pizza, and it is fine. This is more hot entrees, chicken tenders, turkey burger, chicken sandwich, banh mi burger, milkshakes, and then some quesadillas, veggie chicken steak quesadillas. They have everything plated here for you to look at, just like example ones, and then a team member will cook it up for you. Some desserts here as well. Looks like some brownies and cupcakes. More cupcakes, donuts, my arch nemesis, and then some grab-and-go fresh lemonades and fruit cups. Pretty standard for a quick service restaurant at a value resort, but I did see some interesting looking things. I also want to point out that you can get the refillable cups here, but the refillable cups you buy at the resort do not work in the theme parks and vice versa. So you can use it here in Beach Break. They usually will refill it at the pool as well with those Coke Freestyle machines. But if you buy the one in the park, it's not going to work here. And if you buy the one here, it's not going to work in the park. Grab my food. Y'all are not going to believe how much this cost. They asked if I wanted it packaged to go. Going to grab some condiments. Also, I wanted to point out this sweet artwork on the ceiling that looks like we're under the water, and those are surfers. Did you know this is a reason that sharks commonly attack surfers? By commonly, I mean it's still incredibly rare. You're more likely to get struck by lightning 7 times than bit by a shark, but it's because it looks like a seal from this point of view. Here's my lunch, and y'all, this is a kid's burger meal. They made it to order. She asked what I wanted. I said everything, so she gave me lettuce, tomato, pickles. She said grab whatever condiments you want. They had some on the salad bar, then they have a ton over where they have all the drinks and stuff, but I found this avocado blue cheese dressing that sounds amaz. And then it comes with fries. This was $7 before discount. With my annual pass holder discount, it was less than $7. It was like $6.70. That's a good burger. Ooh, that avocado blue cheese, that's nice. I'm gonna dip into that. It's a very good burger, and this is like a normal cheeseburger size. So this is the kid size. Plenty for me. I think it'd be a lot for a lot of kids. Plus, a good thing of fries. One of my biggest money-saving hacks in a theme park is to order off the kids menu. They don't care. And this is a good made-to-order cheeseburger. This is better than any like Backlot Express or Cosmic Rays cheeseburger you're gonna get at Disney World. Okay, let's head to the buses. Once again, the buses are the only provided transportation over to the theme parks, as well as Volcano Bay. If you're going to the regular theme parks, Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios Florida, it'll be the same as City Walk. Otherwise, there'll be a separate Volcano Bay one. And there's a little bus stop right here, right off of the lobby past the store. And they're supposed to arrive every 10 to 15 minutes or so. I've seen a bunch of them driving around since I've been here, and I'm excited to go to City Walk. Typically what I see at Universal, similar to Disney, is that maybe right now at 3:30 in the afternoon, they're not running as many buses just because it's just kind of a lull, but they tend to run a lot more first thing in the morning as well as the evening, because that's when a bunch of people are headed to the park. So they try and make it as convenient as possible. The bus is here, and it's the Harry Potter bus. That's obviously my favorite one. It was like 4 minutes after I got out here that this bus pulled up. It depends on the time of day if they're gonna stop at the other one or not. Just know that it could make a stop at the other resort, so you're gonna wanna allow yourself an extra 15 minutes or so when you're headed to the park, especially first thing in the morning for that early theme park admission, just in case it has to make a stop over at the other one. You don't want it to waste your time from the parks. But he said we're straight there. Oh man, and they're bumping the Jurassic Park soundtrack in here. This is like the best bus of all time. Harry Potter on the outside, Jurassic Park on the inside. It took about 6 minutes on the bus to actually get here, the drop-off point. There are a couple lights that you have to go through, so of course your time could vary, and if you do again have to go over to dockside to pick up guests, that could change your trip time too. I will say that the buses drop off towards the back of City Walk for all of the resorts, so you do still have a little bit of a walk, and you are going to be using security that all the guests that are parking in the parking deck are using too, so you're going to want a lot more time for that. Maybe I'm going to say 45 minutes to an hour if you're trying to go to early theme park entry is what time you should be out there. So once again, City Walk is Universal's entertainment shopping dining district, and you do have to walk through City Walk to get to both Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. But that is one of the things I really like about Universal as compared to Disney, is that it's all so convenient. It's much more like Disneyland, where you go through security one time and you are good to go. It's super easy to walk between both parks, or you can take the Hogwarts Express. You can go to all the dining locations. It's not so much of a hassle as it is to go between Disney theme parks or between Disney theme parks and Disney Springs. All right, I've made it to my destination, Big Fire. This is a full-service restaurant here on City Walk. I'm filming a full restaurant review right now. Twofer, gotta make that content, grind out what you can. So I'm gonna go eat a Big Fire, maybe go do some other things, and I'll see you back at Surfside in a little bit. Made it back to the room. A few things I learned. There was a pretty long line headed back from the bus stop for the buses, but like 4 buses came in a row. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be out here forever. But I was on the second bus. Easy peasy, they had a lot of buses lined up. Second of all, Surfside really is at an advantage compared to Dockside, because it not only picks up first, it drops off first. So if you're deciding between the two, that small advantage in transportation may make it worth picking Surfside, just because then you're first back after a long day in the parks, and you don't have to worry about the bus being full by the time it gets to you. So I am headed to bed. We're gonna get up bright and early because we're gonna go check out early theme park admission. So see you tomorrow. Good morning. Slept great, bed was very comfortable. Now headed to the bus stop for early park admission. I actually just saw one pull away, so hopefully one comes soon. I got up a little bit later than intended, stayed up late watching the Golden Girls. We've all been there, I'm gonna skip eating coffee at the hotel in favor of getting to the park so we can get to early park admission. Here comes the bus. Just like 2 minutes after I got here. So like I said, in the mornings, they typically run more frequent buses, just because they know this is when everybody's trying to get off to the park. So here we go. Made it to the bus stop about 10-12 minutes later. Hit some lights this time. So definitely give yourself some more time than I gave myself to do this. Headed through security, and then let's go into the park. Security was super fast though. Big props to the team members there for moving that forward. I got to the bus stop at like 7:30, which is going to get me into the park right around 8, which is what time early park entry officially begins. I would get there even earlier if you want to be among the first at the early park, just so you can have an even shorter line at Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM and or Velocicoaster. I'm gonna do something I don't advise. I'm going to get coffee. Should you waste your time getting coffee right now? No. You should go get in line for Hagrid's. But I need a coffee. Do as I say, not as I do. Get up earlier. Get your coffee earlier. But I need a coffee. And you know what? Don't forget, annual pass holders get discounts on Starbucks here. So like, I'm almost losing money if I don't drink coffee. And the line goes literally all the way back here, which is why I tell you to get here early. But we'll get in line, and we'll have a great day. While I am waiting for this line to start moving, let's talk about some of the pros and cons of staying at Endless Summer, specifically over at Surfside. Obviously, the biggest pro about Endless Summer is the cost. It's often under $100 a night, or right around $100, and it doesn't get over $300 a night any nights that I looked. And again, that included Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. And when I say under $300 a night, I mean in both the standard room and that family suite that I ended up staying in, which is another great perk. If you're a bigger party, or just a party that wants to spread out a little bit, you may save money by getting a bigger room at Endless Summer than a smaller, less expensive room that you have to get two of somewhere off property. Because again, it's not going to get cheaper than this anywhere on Disney or Universal property. It of course has the Universal perks of the early park admission. It's got the transportation. It's got a pool. The food was good. It was a clean, nice hotel. So I think Endless Summer, it really does fit the bill of a true value resort. Now, what are some of the cons of staying at Endless Summer? Why shouldn't you stay there? Well, it is further away than the rest of the Universal hotels. You couldn't easily walk between the parks and the hotel, which is a big difference between basically all the other Universal hotels. If you remember from my Cabana Bay hotel tour, which is one of Universal's prime value resorts, much closer, it's suggested that you take the bus transportation, but you can walk in about 15 minutes. This is a great option for someone like me who would rather walk than rely on transportation. Speaking of Cabana Bay, that's my all-time favorite value resort at Disney or Universal. I've stayed there for under $100 a night as an annual pass holder with the discount, and it usually doesn't get much higher than that. And I just think Cabana Bay is super fun. The food's great. There's a bowling alley. There's a lazy river. So Cabana Bay, to me, if you are looking for a prime value resort, is the winner. But my best tip for Universal Orlando is if you can, at least one night staying at one of the deluxe resorts, which are Portofino Bay, Hard Rock, or Royal Pacific, my favorite of the three, so that you get the free express pass on your check-in all the way through your checkout day. So that really is my best advice for Universal. And if you're coming in off-peak season, you can do that fairly economically as well. Ultimately though, if you are looking to stay at Endless Summer, you are looking for a bargain, and I think you're really getting a true value resort. I had no complaints about my stay. The team was lovely. It had everything I needed. Getting into the park early, so if you're looking to save some money, it's a great choice. 15 minutes later, and I'm in the park. As a pro tip, make sure you keep your room key out, because to get into the parts that are open for early park admission, they're going to need you to prove that you are, in fact, a resort guest, or certain levels of annual pass holders get this benefit as well. All right, well, friends, I am off to go ride Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM, shoot another video for you. So, in the meantime, friends, hopefully this was helpful. Let me know what other Universal content you want. In the meantime, it's been magical. Now go watch my Cabana Bay tour.